scrapbovers, this is Carolyn. I wanted to post my lovely scrapbook that I created for one of my girlfriends. You might actually hear a party going on in the background because I created it for a housewarming gift. I got the idea from two scrapbookers. Paper Phenomena, created this lovely album with Tim Holtz paper and just gave me lots of ideas, as well as I got the dimensions from, I believe it's Sarah or Clara at Charlie Jones, and I just really love both of their work. So here it goes. On the front I have this lovely recollection butterfly. I have some pearls, and these pearls actually came from some of the craft material that I have for my wedding. And then I have this very nice elastic piece of fabric here that can also be used to hold. You'll see in the inside cover I can hold tags there. So on this side I have a photo mat, and all of this is, the majority of the photo mats here are designed for traditional 4x6 photographs, so it makes it very easy to give as a gift because you know that the receiver doesn't need any special materials in order to make the photographs fit, because I created one and I had to do a lot of Photoshop, a lot of this and a lot of that to make all the photographs work. But this layout is simple and elegant and can be given easily because of the dimensions. And there are lots and lots of photo tags in this album. And then the inside, and again, check out the tutorial created by Charlie Jones. Two-sided here. And I use this beautiful vintage lace. My mother-in-law friend passed away a couple of years ago, and she received from that family lots of her embellishments, lots of her notions, and then my mother-in-law in turn gave a few pieces to me, so I did incorporate it in this piece here. And the paper line is Tim Holtz. I believe it's Crowded Attic. Here you may not be able to see, this is gray lace underneath the pearl trim. A little sticky, getting it out. This is one of my favorite pages. Inside, right here there is buttons, and I actually put the buttons down here in glossy accented, but on the paper it had a place where 6 buttons could be, so I thought it would be cool to add. Your little notebook. This is up. I did a lot of stamping on this project. I really enjoyed that. I have some beautiful stamps from the Unity Stamp Company, and I took use, although it is a photo album, I know that it might take a while to add the photographs here. Here I stamped a beautiful flower on here, and I actually used the paper for pattern. So I had some left over from a project that I made for my son, and I thought, wow, let me try that, and it turned out beautiful. Lots and lots. The other page. This paper is actually from the Natural Collection for die cuts, from Die Cuts with a View. I like the foil. It's beautiful texture. More tags. And again, each of these has a tag, and they're two-sided. This paper, I'm not exactly sure what the name. I've had it forever. I think my first scrapbook that I created or started, I never finished it, in 2005, and there's some paper from there. But I thought it would be nice because you could write on here or you could throw a picture on top of it. This is a chair I actually cut for my Cricut. I think Country Life. Another photo mat here. And I stamped over here, and this, because I like this, I just simply crumbled up the paper, etched around it, made sure that I left some of it unadhered to the surface so that it could give it a very vintage feel and look. More photo mats. And I folded down the corner, put a brad in it. This is one of my favorite pages. I like to do sewing. This is actually bias seam, and it's used as a ribbon. And then I sewed around the edges. Beautiful stamp. And this, I'm not really pleased with how this turned out, but I had to live with it. It's actually a place to put photographs. I stamped a little, I punched a little too close because I thought it would interfere with the photograph. So then I punched over, but I had the holes, so then I just added brad to the 3 layers here. And I have a paper clip to hold this down. This page, just more. And this is really cute. It's an attendance certificate. Again, all coming from the paper line. And my friend that I'm giving to it is a teacher. A little charm. Here, and I used acrylic overlay. And it says student notebook. And then I stamped on for journaling. Working with one hand. I left my tripod in the car. Little notions. A little book to add photos. Again, another piece of pattern, paper from pattern that I stamped on just to give it a very vintage feel, homemade. These tickets. I actually have a ticket stamp, and then on Fabulous Find there is a ticket, so I stamped the image. I cut it out, I think at about 1.5. I'm not sure on what I cut it out at, but it's from the Gypsy. This image here I thought turned out beautiful. And then I put, I don't know if you can see it on here, the crackle paint, which I just got that, so I'm not quite sure how to use it, but I'm sure I'll learn from the wonderful tutorials out there on YouTube. More tags. This I cut from my Gypsy, and it is fabric, so it has a nice texture feel. Okay, more tags, and that concludes my project. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.